Hello.
friends! As always, with all the videos in July, just to let you know, there are going to be a lot of links down below that you might find useful regarding the things that are going on in the world. We hope you'll continue to make use of them and hopefully...
And, you know, just get on the right side of history.
Yep. Get educated, listen, all of those things.
Yeah, be accountable.
Anyway, today's video is going to be pretty special because it is the video where we formally introduce you to Macky and his brother Cal's project. The first of many, I'd like to say, that came out this year. So, in case you followed me on Twitter or Instagram, you probably already saw this. On June 30th, Cold Snap, which is the first in the novella series, Shirogane and the Winter Diamond Chronicles, was released. This is currently available on Amazon. I believe it's already going to be available on Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Apple Books, and Google Play Books by the time this video goes up. It's very exciting because Cold Snap is the first release from BlueRoom Projects, which is a long time coming. BlueRoom Projects is something that Macky and Cal, and I was there too as witness, discussed in an actual BlueRoom in the Philippines years and years ago. It was going to be this sort of creative studio where all sorts of things can be produced. So stories, art, music, so all of that good stuff. And this is the year that BlueRoom Projects officially launched, and the first offering, like I said, is Cold Snap.
And not just the book.
There's also an art book, Cold Snap Imminent. Do you want to tell them a little bit about what Cold Snap is about?
Okay, so story time. Cold Snap started out as sort of like a fun project on my brother's side, where he was just like, I gotta level up in my drawing. If we want to get the studio up, we want to be able to put some art and some stories together. We can't do manga yet because he's not that quick, and I don't think in like comic panels, but I can plot stuff and talk about it. And he's definitely a great artist, so portraits and stuff like that. So he thought, okay, let's do some stuff. And then we wanted to toy around with like fairy tales, and so he had a little thing about Sleeping Beauty, a little thing about Mulan. And then when he decided that, you know what, Snow White, we're gonna do that lore, but instead of her usual cast of characters, what if she had like a bunch of robots with her? And suddenly something pinged and stuck there, and I thought, huh, Snow White, and if she's gonna be some katana wielding, which is what my brother sort of thought was going to be cool, like she was just like this strong lady, like big sword. She had a bunch of fighting bots with her that had different like sort of abilities and stuff, and they were like this, you know, one woman, 7 robot wrecking crew. I thought, Snow means Yuki in Japanese because we love all of that stuff. Katana inspires that kind of strength and a specific kind of discipline, warrior discipline, I want to say. Like Googling will let you know that Shirogane actually means white metal or silver. So Yuki Shirogane means Snow White metal, and I'm like, that's well thought of. And then if you set it in space, it becomes more about the adventures of that rather than anything else. And so I thought, okay, yeah, that makes, you know, like, and again, I looked through a bunch of other sort of languages that captured Snow White, you know what I mean? Like, because Snow White has been, like, the lore has been done a lot everywhere. It's been forever. And so I was looking for how do we rename or rebrand Snow White, and then robots metal, and I'm like, all right, that's the closest. It's the linguistic fit, I want to say. Makes sense.
So it started from there. And this first novella is basically, I keep describing it to people as space shenanigans with a lovable cast, because it is. It's essentially about Yuki and the 7 robots. They are given a task to rescue some princesses off a space station. And I'm just gonna leave it there. That's all you really need to know about it, but you'll find out more if you do read the novella. And it's if you are the kind of person who just enjoys space hijinks and a great ensemble cast, you're literally just gonna have a lot of fun with this story. So
speaking of the cast,
yeah,
right,
speaking of the cast, this video, the other thing we wanted to do is introduce you to some of them, because, you know, why wouldn't we?
Yeah, for sure.
They're all on the front cover.
They're all on the front cover, as you can sort of see. And if you want to know more about them, the website is up. It's BlueRoomProjects.com. So there's a little button that you click there where you can meet the crew of the Winter Diamond and all that stuff. Yuki is our main character. She is a captain and one of the best field operatives of the Triune Alliance, the last few remaining worlds that have not been officially conquered by the Galactic Defense Conglomerate. So the Galactic Defense Conglomerate is basically this universe's version of an evil empire. Yuki is sort of like one of their best field agents to sort of like fight and make sure that some of the worlds try to get free, etc. And they send her on missions and that kind of thing. Her entire crew is a bunch of elite class robots that were once the property of the conglomerate, including her, by the way. She's also like the conglomerate experiment. And they all escaped, and they're all sentient, the robots. And she's the only one in the entire known universe that can, first of all, interface fully with a robot, but in her case, she can interface fully with all 7 of them. And that's what makes her crew special. They're all, you know, self-aware, but not in the kind of creepy Skynet kind of way. Or even the creepy Westworld kind of way, but definitely sentient, definitely AI, artificial intelligence, but also found family. So they have personalities, they have things, and so.
So do you want to do a quick rundown?
Yeah,
of all
quick
7
rundown,
bots?
clockwise, and we'll probably flash some.
We'll flash the picture.
So I'm gonna start with Leon. So Leon is the shield robot. He basically has the capacity to shield an entire capital ship. That's the level of power that he has. He's the strongest one, and he is also Yuki's like stalwart supporter and protector. He just wants to make sure that nothing happens to Yuki. So he's kind of like the official cinnamon roll of the entire bunch. And then over to the left is Dr. Capaldi. He is the medic and engineer. So he heals both people and repairs things and even invents things. He's grumpy, but only because he feels too much. And that's really why people are grumpy, I think. He's the only other person who's as protective, if not more protective than Leon of Yuki, because of Yuki's scarred science experiment childhood. Right? All the way down here, you can't see him there, but you'll flash him on the hex.
You sort of see him right there.
Yeah, is Jean-Philippe.
I mean, it's good you can't see him because...
because Jean-Philippe is the saboteur robot of the group. He was built to be the most to be the most effective saboteur and espionage robot that the galaxy has ever known. Yeah, a lot of cloaking tech, cloak and dagger, but he looks scary. He really looks like, and my brother was thinking, oh my god, it's the Baba Yaga, you know, so some kind of like John Wick person in the dark kind of deal. But then at the same time, he's the most charming of the entire crew. I don't know, it's just when my brother said espionage and saboteur, I'm like, those are French words. So I hear Jean Reno's voice, and that was a lot of like, for those of you who watched like The Professional. So there's a lot of that rich kind of like, you know, like deep kind of voice, and he's very, very charming. So next is sweetheart of the group, even if he is technically, and his name's Mick, even if he is technically the demolitions and explosives specialist of the entire group. He really loves to blow things up, but he's actually the sweetest thing. Like he likes the colors, really. Not so much the destruction of the mayhem. Yeah, it's not the destruction of the mayhem, it's the fractal patterns, and he's just, yeah, he's the big, bulky, hulking sort of thing. That's kind of cool. Next is the other twin of terror, Mila, one of the terror twins of Jean-Philippe, and then we have Mila. Mila is the sniper bot, the most powerful, kind of like most accurate sniper that the galaxy has ever known. Mila's entire faceplate is actually just optical sensors, just so that she can target pretty much anything from 3,000, 4,000 yards away, and has the weaponry to, you know, do that as well. Just like Jean-Philippe, she cloaks a lot, because obviously snipers and camouflage, only her cloaking tech is different. With Jean-Philippe, it's more like complete invisibility. With Mila, it's blending into all of the surroundings, which is pretty kind of cool. All the way up there is Alexa's favorite, the actual cinnamon roll, even if he's technically the murder bot.
Is he my favorite?
And the murder baby is Inigo. And Inigo is the melee combat and battle specialist.
It's like a swordsman.
It's definitely swordsman. He has 4 arms. Oh, he usually has 2, but then they split up into 4. And has like arm blades that sort of come out. In the Animorphs, there's a creature called the Hork-Bajir, and one of the characters calls them a 6-foot salad shooter. Kind of like that. Just lots of slicey, dicey, super agile kind of fighting. And last but not least, the baby of the group, and easily probably a crowd favorite from my beta readers and the people who love her, is B'Elanna. She is the tactical, she's basically the most powerful quantum computer this side of the known universe. And she is a huge fangirl. Like, she has posters and stuff in her quarters. She writes fan fiction, and she ships people hard. Yep. Like, let's leave it at that. And she's
great. She's bubbly too.
She's super bubbly, and she's able to, like, you know, link everybody's like minds together, and she's able to sort of make complex calculations at the drop of a hat to make sure all of the battle tactics are there. She's able to compute the best way to win a fight in seconds, and when they all sort of combine their powers, and Yuki herself has a bunch of nanites and grafted into her system, when she uses them, she's able to interface with all her entire crew, and they work as like one giant hive mind, and they become this really, like, it's best as an anime. Throwing that out there, that maybe some people want to animate this because we can't, but in my head, just this entire crew moving as one has been the inspiration for creating this story. It's really nothing more than just that. It's just a fun action romp. They have a mission, they're gonna solve it, shenanigans happen, and we'll see how they get out.
Those are the basic things you need to know about Cold Snap. So all of the links to purchase it will be down below, and the website for BlueRoom projects, where you can see more about the Winter Diamond and its crew, and a few other things about this story. And you can also find out what upcoming projects are coming from BlueRoom.
Yes.
Which is very, very exciting. Also, I would highly recommend buying the art book as well, because that has a lot of character info, and it also has a lot of like the thought process behind how Macky and Cal came up with the characters and the character design.
And by the way, I'm super proud of this art book, because it's just like, it's this tiny thing. Obviously, it's a little pricier like in physical form, but definitely affordable on digital. But then again, who wouldn't want like this? Like, it's just really, like, you see sort of like a stylized bit of the cover, and it's got little stuff there, and so it's really, really great. My brother put a lot of his heart and soul into this thing. The characters come to life, and then you really get to see like full body photos of, like, well, as close to full body of what the robots look like. Yeah, sort of our insight into how we dreamed them up, and what they look like when we were sort of like putting the story together.
So again, we hope you guys will check it out. All links down below. Link to Macky's new author Instagram, as well as to his brother's art Instagram are also linked down below. So definitely check them out. And if you have any more questions about it, feel free to ask.
Yeah, happy to.
We'd love to hear from you guys.
We talk to you guys a lot. We're really excited. Not enough these days lately. But
I know, but we're really excited about this, and we hope you guys will join us for the journey. Till next time, bye.